Okay, so I'm Leah, and we're going to talk about when I met 5 seconds of summer in Pittsburgh. I have to get my notes out. Hold on. Okay, so basically, on July 5th, 2013, it was a Friday, I drove up to Cincinnati to see my best friend Erica, and we bought tickets to see 5 Seconds of Summer and One Direction and Hershey on the Take Me Home tour. So that night we drove, because it was about, I guess, a 9-hour drive from Cincinnati. We drove overnight to get to Hershey, and when we got there, we just we looked around for hotels all day, I guess. Not all day, like in the morning, and we just really couldn't find out what hotel they were staying at, and so we just we went to Hershey Park at the arena. We sat outside for a couple hours waiting for everything to happen, and the day was kind of boring because nothing was really happening because there were so many girls and it was such a chaotic arena to do anything at. And so finally we went inside the arena to get ready for the show, and Five Sauce came on, and it was really exciting. We had the time of our lives, and one thing I learned about Erica and I is we are not huge One Direction fans anymore. Like, we'll talk to them and we're involved in the fandom, but sometimes I just really. But anyways, this isn't about One Direction. So we saw Five Sauce, and then after we saw Five Sauce, we ditched and we went to get gas and slushies, and then we were like, you know, we don't really have anything to do for the next couple days. Let's go to Pittsburgh. So after the show, we went and stopped out by the interstate exit, and the buses didn't pass us, and we were like, oh my gosh, should they go a different way to get on the interstate? Have we missed them? So at about 3 o'clock that morning, we were like, you know what, we just need to go. We need to just drive. And so it was about a 4-hour drive into Pittsburgh. And so, of course, we made like a stop for gas and a stop for food. So we got there at like 8:30 or 9 a.m. We're sitting just in downtown Pittsburgh, like, what are we going to do? Like, what do we do? And out of complete luck, we saw Gus' bus pass us. And so we get behind the bus and we follow it, and it goes straight to the arena. And at that point, we're like, okay, let's get out of the car and let's walk over to the gate. You know, we're the only people here. Maybe they'll come out and meet us, blah, blah, blah. And then a security guard was like, you girls, like, this One Direction's not here. Like, this isn't them. And we're like, well, we're not here to meet One Direction. It's Five Sauce. Like, we know they're on the bus because Ashton posted a picture, like, on the bus. And we were like, so we know they're on the bus. Like, you can't really fool us. And she was like, okay, well, they're not on the bus, but whatever, you can stay here. And so we're like, okay. So we're hanging out, whatever. And then I told an insider account that I was working with, and or not the account that I was working with, and I guess they tweeted it out because a bunch of girls showed up at the arena. Super. And so it was like 20 girls, and then the security guard was like, y'all can't be here, and told like a lot of them to leave, but she didn't tell us to leave because she knew we were the only people there at first. And so at that point, a bunch of those girls left, and then a couple other girls came in. Most of the time, there's like 10 girls there, and so the bus starts to turn on and gets ready to leave. So we jump back in our car, and we follow the bus to the Marriott, which is where they were staying. And then when they got to the Marriott, they went behind, because there's a Starbucks right behind the Marriott, and they went out and they got out to get food, or Starbucks. And so that's where we met them, and I got to talk to Ashton and Callum and Luke for a couple minutes, and we gave Ashton a Pinkie Pie pinata because it was his birthday. So if you've seen the Pony Rage Keek, I was sitting in the car watching it, sobbing my eyes out because I gave him that pinata. And I'm a huge Michael girl. That's probably something you should know about me. And he didn't get out of the bus, so the bus took him around front to drop him off. And so I was like running around the building to try to catch him on the way in, and security was like blocking everyone and trying to keep them from meeting him. And so I kind of like maneuvered my way around security and into the door, and so at that point, I like got in the door and I got a really crappy, blurry picture with Michael. But it was meeting him nonetheless. And so that was the first time I met all 4 members of 5 Seconds of Summer. I got to actually like have conversations with them. And yeah, so my Chicago video is up, so you can watch that one because it explains how I met them in Chicago and got into the acoustic. And then later, I will post a really big, really long video about how my Star Stripe and Maple Syrup tour experience went, because I went to a couple different cities. So that's going to be a really long video, but that'll be up later. But if you have any questions, feel free to tweet me or on my Ask FM, every social media site I'm on, Twitter, Instagram, AskFM, is Indian Sully. It's one word, INDIANSULLY. So you can follow me there, ask me questions, whatever. I'll get back to you and respond. And if you have any more video requests from me, just let me know and I'll be sure to make them. Okay? So thanks. Talk to you guys later. Bye.